the rays of hot sunshine reflected off the endless horizon of the beautiful white sand beaches. It was that time of year again. I showed my father a quaint smile while waiting for our charter boat to arrive. As I acknowledged his sweet smile back, I felt the summer wind gently run through my hair and cover my face. And at that moment, I felt innocent again, like a child, unaware of the dreadfulness of disease. I gathered our supplies and loaded them onto the boat, for today has been dedicated to fishing in the Gulf. However, the time is not right yet. We can't take off until Daddy's medicine kicks in. By now, you're probably wondering, why do they have to wait for his medicine to kick in? Why can't he just get in the boat himself? Well, that's because my father has Parkinson's disease. My purpose today is to inform you on Parkinson's disease. After my brief lecture, you will have a basic understanding of the disease, understand the three main symptoms, as well as treatments for this disease. After doing extensive research on this disease for the past 5 years, I am well aware of all the consequences that follow the disease. My father has had this disease for 20 years as well, and I've been there with him throughout the duration. So first off, I'm going to give you the basics of the disease and what the experts have to say about PD. Parkinson's disease is an advanced disorder of the central nervous system. According to Dr. Siet N. Hine, a medical writer with a PhD in neuroscience, her latest article in Medicine Net states that Parkinson's disease affects more than 1.5 million people in America. The disease is thought to be caused by low levels of dopamine, which activates the cells in our brains that help us move. Or in simpler words, dopamine is what carries the message from our brain to our muscles, which lets us move. Now that we have a basic understanding of this disease, we can now proceed to the three main symptoms. Tremor or shaking usually begins in the hand, arm, or leg. Tremor is the most obvious sign in PD. However, some patients hardly show any sign of tremor. The second sign is stiff or aching muscles. One of the signs in the disease is swinging of the arm when a person is walking, which is caused by muscle stiffness. The third symptom is limited movement. It is exceptionally hard for Parkinson's-affected patients to push themselves up from a resting position. That is because the body can no longer react to what the individual is telling the brain to do, which can lead to depression, hopelessness, and even giving up on each day. These symptoms, however, can take years to develop and mainly depends on the individual's genetics. Lastly, there is not yet a cure for Parkinson's disease. Doctors do recommend physical therapy, diet, and regular exercise, as well as trying to maintain a positive attitude throughout the dreadfulness of the disease. Some of you may have heard of Michael J. Fox. He was an actor who was diagnosed with Parkinson's disease. He has currently funded more than $230 million towards a cure for the disease, which is discussed in the Foundation of Parkinson's Disease. Since there is sadly not a cure for the disease yet, only day-to-day medicines to increase the level of dopamine sent to the brain are available. I interviewed my father on a few main points of his day-to-day treatment, and this is what he replied. When asked, how do you cope with the daily struggles of PD, he answered, I wake up every morning, take my medicine, and thank God that I'm still alive. After making myself get out of bed, I follow up by doing 20 push-ups and 50 sit-ups. This makes it easier for my muscles to loosen up, where I can carry out my day. Although he carries out his day 70% in his motorized wheelchair, the other 30% when his medicine is working, he is hunting and fishing and doing activities that keep him happy. In conclusion, I have told you about the basics of the disease and what it affects, as well as the main symptoms, treatments for Parkinson's disease. It is heading in the right direction, even though some days may be easier than others. Maintaining a positive attitude through the time is the best way to live with the disease. Just ask my father. Thank you.